Yes.
Yay. Hi,
Hi,
Carol.
everyone. Hi,
Hi,
Danielle.
everybody.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Awesome.
Yes.
It's Mixed Launch Day.
What's that?
Oh, it's Mixed Launch Day. I can't believe we're
No,
already
it
in the
is.
middle.
It is.
I
I'm
feel like
super
we just launched the
excited.
last one. So
I know.
we're cranking out the mixes and the patterns. We're doing so good.
Yeah. We have, let's see who we have with us.
Hey, guys.
Zakaya has been
Aw.
here she was
Hi,
early.
Sakaya. Marianne is
Hi,
here.
Zakaya, Leslie.
Tana. Colleen is here.
Hi,
Ginny
Colleen.
and Bess and
Hi,
Misty.
Jean.
Hey, guys.
Marianne.
Becky's here. Hey, Becky.
Hi, Misty,
Awesome.
Bess, Becky. Yeah, thank you for joining us this Saturday. This
Thanks,
Saturday, right?
guys. Oh, Leslie's here. Hi. Well, we have an
Oh.
awesome mix to share and some patterns, and we keep coming up with more. So it's not done yet, but we have one posted so far. So we got the beautiful moonbeam earrings from Carol, and these are already on the website. You guys can find that right in my patterns and tutorials section. So this is the project where we're going to work today with you guys, but we're also going to share the other stuff that we made and that we have coming up. And then, of course, more ideas keep happening. I had a bunch today. Like, I don't know. I just had this moment where I was having so many ideas. I had to write them down. I'm going to run out of beads before I run out of ideas.
That's good. That's good. Being full of ideas is always a good thing. Very
because there's always more beads, right?
That's true. Yep. That is true.
And Colleen has been posting links. So I'm just going to pop that up on the screen here. And so what we're showing today is the Starseeds mix. It's a new seed bead mix that Carol and I created for you guys. It's 11-0 Toho. And it is just really fun, really pretty. I'll get you an up close view on the mat. And then I think we have just like a few announcements. So little things. And then we can just jump into the tutorial.
Okay, let's do it.
And did you have any updates? Stuff you're working on that you want to share? Once we get going,
let's see. I'm just working on our next mix.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you're hard at work on that. So,
yeah,
guys, she's already dreaming up the next thing. So just
I'm already, my mind is already working. I'm looking at different colors for this upcoming season. It's gonna be very, very pretty. I guarantee you. So yeah, that's what's really in my mind. And I'm starting to think like what projects and inspiration designs we're gonna make with the mix. So that will be here before you know it.
It will be because time's going really fast still. And like I feel like I don't know, do you have one idea that you want to leak? Just like an idea that you're gonna do for the next one, or want to share
it? Let's focus on this mix.
I have a bunch too, but I'll try to keep them in my brain for now. But there's just always so many. Yeah. Let's see if I missed any chat stuff. You're really quick, and then I'll switch our mats.
Take a look at that.
Oh, thanks, Leslie. Oh yeah, so Leslie, the earrings I am wearing are a Nile pattern. And these are, I put them on because I felt like they were very space for our space theme today because they have little stars. They have a little pearls and stars, and it felt like a kind of a little meteor shower. So I put that on. And if you just go to silversilkonline.com and click on his video tutorials link, you'll see it there. Just scroll just for a little bit. It's one of the more recent ones. It's on 3 needle chain. Yeah, and it's super easy and super fast. And you can make up any beads.
Yeah, they're
and
really
so anything else I missed? I don't see anything. Okay, so I'm gonna add my mat really quick.
Yeah, we have more people joining. Hi everyone. Thank you for spending some of your Saturday with us.
Yes, thank you so much. Let's see if I can make this one. There we go. Okay. So I was going to show you just a quick overview of the mix itself and explain a little bit of the details about it. Yes. But this beautiful mix is a 11-0 Toho. And it is the round beads. So you can do a lot of the rope stitches. You can do a lot of the, flat peyote. and brick stitch, fringe. So we really wanted to do a round bead for those kind of things, flowy stuff, right? And also just the colors. It opened up the door to have so many colors. And we were noticing before the live, I was trying to figure out a way to show it, but if you hold it up to the light, both Carol's earring and my bracelet, when you hold it up, you'll notice that the little green bead, it's transparent, so it glows. Like it looks almost like glow in the dark. So like if you hold it up to the light and you look, it's just so cool looking. I can't get it to do it on the
that green really pops.
It just pops out. I was super excited about that. So the patterns you see here on my mat are coming up. So this one I just made today on pipe chain.
Oh, that is so pretty.
And it's a tubular peyote, which we've taught before, but I will do another little tutorial to show the counts that are specific to this mix and this size. Because I think when we did it before, we were using 8-0. We were using the,
yes, we were.
Or it was Ocean, one of those. This one's 11, so the counts are 12. If that helps anybody get started, it's just a good old 12 count. And I put a little Saturn on it because, space, right?
Perfect. Yes.
I was having so much fun. And
right
I will also share the color of the pipe chain this is, because I think it's not, I want to say it's hematite or gray, but I haven't looked to see the actual color name. But I'll get that for you guys before I do the steps. And then this one, I'm doing this one Monday. So this is my Monday tips and tricks. And I think I'm going to just post like a PDF and a pre-record for that, because I feel like this was a request from I used to write for A Beaded Life, and they had a really cool pattern that started like this. And I did it for WordPress, so I wasn't able to actually get that put in a format where I could post it. So I'm like, well, why don't I just redo it? Because I have, new Illustrator skills now, and I can maybe make it a little bit better. So that's what I'm going to do for this one. But it's going to be kind of like one of those things that you can use with lots of our mixes, lots of your beads at home, anything really. So in this case, I used the Starseed mix with 8-0 seed beads, and the 8-0 seed beads are also in the shop. And I named this one, it's not a mix, it's just a single color, but it's just a little jar of meteorites. Kind of cool. But it's a cut bead. So it has a little slice down the side of each bead, which makes it look sparkly. It's like facets. So it really looks so neat in this design. So that's Monday. Be looking for that. And then that leads me right to today, which I don't have to hold up yet, but you do. I'll make your screen the big screen really quick. When you're ready, you can let me know. I'll swap it.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good.
Well, we're going to go for the, I'm starting. That's right. You're going to show finishing.
Oh, yeah. You are starting and I'm showing the fringe, right?
I'm silly today. I'm really silly. So this one is already on the website, and it is the brick stitch and fringe pattern for the moonbeam earrings that Carol designed. Guys, these are so cool. Look at that. Oh my gosh. And
let me tell you, it took me a little bit to get it right. As soon as we were talking about, not talking, but like as soon as I got the mix, right, that you sent me, I had this idea of I wanted to make an earring just like this with a moon. Ooh. And I couldn't figure out how to get the moon, as the way I wanted it. So many tries. So I'm glad I did it. I was thinking about giving up, and I was trying to I started doing another project altogether because, I was like, okay, I need to take a break from this moon.
Bead break.
So I started making a whole different earring, but then I went back to it and it clicked and it happened. And, it turned out in this beautiful moon pattern.
I'm so glad that you persevered, because it is worth it. It's so cool.
Yes.
So pretty.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, okay. So, hey, I will get started, actually. Let me make this one, the screen, the big one here. And so, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the brick stitch part, and then Carol has one ready to go to show the fringe. And I'm going to be using some 1G thread in light gray. And this is in my shop in the 50-yard spool, if you want to grab some. And I didn't ask this one yet, Carol. I'm going to make a guess that you used probably about a wingspan and a half. So maybe 70 inches or so. of thread?
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I think it was maybe like 5 feet that I used.
5 feet?
Yes,
And
will
you
that
have a
be?
different start. You started yours a little
Oh,
differently,
well, my start is different. You're right. Yes.
but people might want to know that too, because I'm going to do it kind of like the Danielle way, but Carol has a different way and hers is great too. So it's kind of just like, what do you like, right? To do what feels good to your hand for stitching and stuff like that. I'm going to do a 1G single column peyote start, but you mentioned you used wildfire, right?
Yes, I used wildfire for the brick stitch part.
And so
Mhm.
then you had to weave in another strand for your fringe.
Yes, right.
I
Because
think is actually like
I use the 1G for the fringe and the wildfire for the top of the earring. Mhm.
that's I mean that's kind of cool because that's going to make the top of the earring really strong. So it is something to think about if you wanted to have an easier time with the brick stitch too, because I feel like wildfire is an easier brick stitching solution, right? So I like the way you did it. I think that's pretty cool.
Oh, thank you.
I'm
And I
lazy
want
and
to
I
thank
do know.
Leslie. She put a comment. Thank you for pushing through because
Yes,
the pattern is beautiful. Thank you so much, Leslie.
it really is.
Yes, I am glad I didn't give up. So I guess that is one of my advices for today. Don't give up on any design that you have in mind. Push through.
That is your superpower. Definitely. And so I'm
I
just
try.
using a little bit of the mix here. Okay. And so with single column peyote starts, what I like to do is I'll isolate a couple of the rows. And so let me just grab another scrap piece of paper. You can also use a ruler or, just really anything will probably work. I'm going to actually use my iPad cover. Okay,
Oh,
so
there
you
you
want to
go.
put in isolate. Well, this one's already got a line, so we'll use that side. And so what I do is I isolate the patterns 2 rows. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to string 6 color A here. And so the thread's going to come in from this side. And then, it'll go back out through here. And then we'll do C, A, C, A. And we'll build this whole thing in no time. It'll be super fast. I'm just going to
That is
slide this.
so clever. That is so clever. I never thought about that.
I feel like it's lazy girls brick stitch. And I'm being lazy using all just 1G for the whole thing, but I feel like I do a lot of thread passes with my work when I weave in, so I feel like it's gonna get strong.
Mhm, mhm.
But that said, I do like to work with the wildfire too. And so I'm gonna leave a super long, super long tail thread
Yeah, okay.
to become my fringe later. And up here, I'm gonna work with about, I don't know, 35 inches or
Mm.
so here at the top.
Oh,
And
so you're using the whole
the whole thing, yeah.
1G for the whole earring. Okay.
Yeah. So that's a little different. I just want to highlight that because the way you did it
Yeah.
is totally great too. I'm just straying from the original idea with laziness because I didn't put it on thread. Oh, hey guys, my mom's here. Hi, mom.
Oh, hi, Mom.
You guys, my brother got to go
Um,
home. He got to go home from the hospital. He got to
oh,
ring the
that's
bell, guys.
awesome. That's awesome
I
news,
know.
Danielle.
Yeah. So happy.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that.
Oh, yeah. We are too. We're so happy.
Yes, that's great.
And sorry, I went a little fast on this part. If I can take it apart if anyone wants me to. But all I did is I strung 6 beads, and then I just went back through the first 2. And so you get this little peyote start. Oh, thanks, Rosalinda. Yeah, so there. That's how you do it. And so the next part of the pattern, I'm going to show you real quick so you can see what I did. I just made that part. So
Mhm.
now I'm
Yep.
exiting out of the top of that bead there. So I'm just going to string 2 color C, and I'm going to go through those 2A that are already there. And color C was the turquoise, right? The little opaque
Yes.
turquoise
Mhm.
in the mix over here. So here's that again. And I'm just going to pick up.
Oh, okay. You know, I remember doing what you're doing now with the earring from last mix.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's how I started it, to do my brick
That's cool.
stitch. And I started in the middle. Yep. That's okay. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. It's so fast. Like, I feel like it saves us so much time. And I like
Mm-hmm,
to get to the
mm-hmm.
fringe part. I don't know about you, but I'm so excited to get the fringe part started that I just want to get that brick stitch rolling.
Yes.
So I just get going really quick with it. But this is also cool if you're making like a really big brick stitch pattern with a lot of ladder start. Because I
Mm-hmm.
don't know about you, but laddering, I don't like how floppy my ladder stitches get.
Yes, that's the one thing I don't like either, because the first row always gets kind of wonky.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
so this way, we get, and this is also like your first 2 rows. They're just done. So
Right,
you didn't even
exactly.
have
Yeah,
to do
no,
like an
that's
entire
great.
row of brick stitch. All done for you. And I'm just looking at the pattern here on the side. I don't know if it's showing on my camera still, but I'm just glancing at it. And I didn't mention the colors yet. Sorry about that, guys. It's kind of freestyle actually, which is why the color legend isn't in the pattern, because the thing is you could actually go with any colors you want. You just want to lay out what you think is color A, which can be any color you like.
Mhm.
What you think is a good color B. Like if you want, you could make your moon yellow. There's a yellow in this mix that's
Yeah,
gorgeous.
that is
So
true.
I wanted
Yep.
to leave some freedom for you guys to make that exploration if you want to. And the mix is equal parts, so you should have the same, roughly the same ratio of beads. And I wanted to ask, so when I was doing your pattern, Carol, I assumed B and D
Mhm.
were different colors, meaning the moon and the stars. So I
Yes,
feel
yes,
like you used the
correct.
metallic matte for your stars.
Yes, I did. Yep.
Yeah, and so that's what I did there. I kind of separated it out as opposed to this other one, uh,
Hmm.
which is this one here.
The dark one. Yeah, the dark one was for the moon. Hmm.
That was your moon color. That's such an interesting choice. I love it. The way that you did that. I would have gone for like, that would have been my star right there. And then I
Yeah.
would have done the moon yellow, but I'm not sure it would look as cool, to be totally honest. So like I'm really glad I tried it this way first.
I really like you know why I picked the black one? Because of the finish of the bead.
Because it's
It's
like
kind of
glowy, huh?
shiny. Yes, it's really pretty.
It actually looks like the real moon too. Because the
Yeah.
real moon's not yellow unless you live in, well, unless you're here right now. We're having some kind of like smoke or fire thingy going on today.
Oh,
So I
wow.
woke up this morning and like the sun was orange, like bright orange. You could
Oh.
see on when it reflects on the wall. And I remember my son was asking me, "Why is it orange in here?" Like, I don't know.
I really like this technique, what you're
You do?
showing right now. Yes, I do. I think this is what I'm gonna start doing. Um, because the way I did it, like you mentioned, it was the usual brick stitch, and my first row was really wonky. And that's one of the things that I don't like about, when you start brick stitching. This way is perfect.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, and also I noticed like because we're doing fringe in that row,
Mm-hmm.
it's just so much easier to get through it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Less thread.
And I'm pinching it, just like a little technique tip, is while you're holding the work to do the stitching, when you pull the needle through each stack of beads, what you want to do is just like pinch it in your hands like that
To keep everything in
to
place.
keep everything
Nice.
stable. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just noticing in the chat, everyone's doing hashtag Starseeds. So Colleen started the giveaway, guys. And that's a
Oh.
great hashtag. I love it. Thank you, Colleen. I had forgotten to share that. So, guys, we're doing a surprise giveaway, and I'm going to show it at the end, but it's cool. It's really, really cool. I think you will like it.
Colleen is on top of things. I love it. She's so great.
I know she's like a gift to me. I'm just so grateful for her. We were just talking right before the live, and I was just so happy. Like, yay. Yeah, she is wonderful. So
And
I'm
this is
almost done.
moving pretty fast.
It is, yeah. So I'm just counting
Yeah.
over here on the side. I'm looking at, I think I went a little off camera here, but so I just finished the star and I'm using that star as my way to count and kind of keep track of where I am. So I'm 3 stacks away from where the star was. So I need to do 3 more. And the first row is identical, so, but I need a little more mix. I'm running out of the frosted teal. Oh, and so while I'm stitching this up, I was going to share one extra little update. I know this one's going to be super popular, and I had a dream occur to me for another design idea with it, but it really would be kind of intense on a couple of the colors, meaning it would overuse a few of them. And so I think in this case, maybe we can offer it as a palette as well. I'm going to place an order. And actually, I already placed it, but I can take additional orders if we sell out. I only did a little bit. But I thought it would be cool to have the actual tubes in a palette. And I know we didn't do that before, but I do think it's cool because I remember with the cream from last month with the opaque cream color.
Yes.
That ended up getting used the most. And so I think I might start doing that with some of these. So it, allows us to use a lot of one color.
Right, exactly. Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. But if I also saw a question pop up about the previous the reason we haven't done that is because the demand for high quantity guides goes down substantially after you launch it and everyone makes all the projects one time. You still get like occasional requests, but not enough to do the investment on like 500-gram bags, which is in some cases how they're sold. So I have to get a lot of requests before I do that. But then I thought, well, why don't I just do a couple tube palette mixes for the folks who really want it? So let me know if that would be of interest. Because, to do a mix, I have to buy them loose. And you buy them loose, you're buying like a lot, right? But I can add single sets of palettes in the tubes. They'd be a little more expensive than the mix was. But if that's of interest, let me know. And then I can also just tell people where to get them too, because they're out there, right? I always share the colors. If you're really loving it and you just want to get like a bunch. Okay, so here I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now I'm doing the bottom here and stitch up through here. And plus, by the time we get to this part of the dream, we have the next 3 in mind, and so that's another thing for restocking the old ones.
Yes, that is true. Yeah, we're already moving to the next color, the next mix, the next month,
Yep. So true. But that one last month, oh my gosh, with the fluffy fringe that you did.
Oh yes, those fluffy fringe.
Oh my
yeah.
goodness. So as people are discovering that, I'm getting a lot of requests, like more than a few,
wow.
from like new people. So I mean, if the volume approaches affordability for me, I'll restock it in the mix format. But otherwise, just send me a direct message and I will get you the best way to get those colors to you. Because I feel like those are going to be really like a cool thing. Like maybe next summer we bring it back, but we change it a little bit, but revisit the patterns, but with different. Like, I feel like fluffy fringe needs to live on in other forms. Is what I mean.
Needs to live forever.
It needs to live forever. Yeah. All right, check this out. It's done. Almost done.
Yes.
One more on the edge here. Okay. And so there's the entire brick stitched first row and laddered row just done, just like that.
It looks great.
So that's just this entire section. So the rest of it goes super fast. I'll do maybe a few rows, and then we will go and probably do so I thought maybe you can show the fringe, and then I'll try to get us. Do you have the top done on yours? On your sample, this part?
Yes.
You do? Okay. So you finished that already. So in case folks want to see it, I'll try to plow through the rest of the brick stitch while you're showing the fringe. And then maybe we can pop back.
Oh, you wanted to show that top part. I see what you're saying.
I bet I can get there though in the time that we when we do the back and forth stuff. So
yeah.
I want to show one other little tip. So when you get to the spot, before you start your brick stitch, keep in mind brick stitch is going to be using the thread bridges, right? And so I like to kind of strengthen my edges first before I go to that next step. So what I'll do is just weave around. You know, because when you start brick stitching, it puts pressure on the connection with the beads below it.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's loose, like mine is here from doing the peyote, so just make a little loop around.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'll do the same thing over here with this side too, but I need to pop a needle on that side. Super long strand.
So you reinforce the ends.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it one more time so you get to see it on this side too. Yep, because I think, especially like for example, when I add a bead to that thread bridge, if it's loose like this,
Mm-hmm.
so I just popped a needle on this. This is that long tail thread I left to do my fringe with later. So I'm gonna just pop a needle here and then put the thread through the adjacent stack of two.
Mm-hmm.
So just right there. And then I'll just continue down through this 2 bead stack here.
Okay, so you go through the entire piece.
And I'll do this side one by one. So just through, do that. And then through here. And that makes it stronger. Now for this one, I do want to have this thread down at the bottom. So maybe I'll just bring it right back down through.
Oh, right, because you're going to be using that as for the fringe part.
Yeah, and I kind of forgot that part. So here, I'm going to do a little loopy around. It won't hurt anything. And there we go. Okay. And now that's super strong on that side. Nice. And I'm just going to put this needle up here. Okay, so let's do a row of our brick stitch heading back to the side where I was at. And you do want to kind of keep track of which side you're on because it is different left to right, right to left, meaning you're going to want to know which side is your starting side, your tail side. So if you have a pencil handy, which I may or may not have. Yes, I do. I do. Okay, so I'm just going to note for myself that my tail side is right here. So I remember if it gets flipped in my hand and I'm trying to figure out where I am in the pattern, I know that if my tail's over here, that it should go this way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that is a very important thing to mention because at first I didn't keep track of that. And I made a couple of mistakes. So that is very important to keep track of which side you are working on.
Yeah, exactly. That's always the sadness when you have to pull it apart, especially because the stitches, I'm sorry, whenever I pull apart my stitches, the ones I have to pull apart are the ones that are really good. And I'm like, oh man, because it looks so sweet. They're nice and tight stitches, and I'm like, oh man. And so I'm just following sorry, I slid it down again. So we've got these done. I'm over here coming out of this bead here. And so I picked up 2A and 2C. And I'm going to go under this thread bridge here. That's in between those two. So there's those 2 beads there. And I'm just going to go under the second thread bridge. And so when I'm working with stacks of 2, I do the 2 bead start method or 2 stack start method. But when I'm working with a single bead, I do 1. It's kind of unusual, but.
Oh, 1 bridge, like the first bridge?
Yeah, I'll just pick up 1 seed bead and put it under the first thread bridge, and you can see the thread on the side, but it makes it sit. So what I'm going to do for this one, though, is go back down through the first 2 and then go under that first thread bridge.
Oh, okay.
And then up through here. Do you do that?
No, I don't.
Oh, so you just let it start like without...
I go down through the dark green, right? And then I don't go down or under the bridge again. I just go straight through the next. Yes.
Oh, you just loop around. Well, that would work fine too.
I just loop around. Yeah. Interesting.
Good. That's definitely a good way to do it. So maybe if finding the thread bridge is hard, maybe you don't have to do that. Because sometimes it's hard to see it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay finding it right now, but sometimes. So I'm just going to push this over here so you guys can see a little better. I feel like it's making the camera go a little funny. But now I'm at another star.
And the good thing about this pattern is also that you can put your stars wherever you want them. They don't have to
That's
be
true.
like, where we have them. You can just.
Oh, because there is
just
no
play
star
with
here.
it.
Oops. I made a mistake, guys. Check it out.
No, but that's fine. I mean,
should I let it be there? It doesn't actually have one. I'm supposed to get to the moon.
yeah, just leave it there. It's
Well,
a
maybe
star.
it's a star. It's an extra star that the other one may or may not have. Well, hey, I went to the moon. There we go.
But that's the thing, that's the beauty of the pattern. You can customize it.
There we go. So I know it's 4 stacks before we start the moon. And now I've got stack number 5 starts with my first moon bead. And it's going to be the top bead of that stack. And I need to repeat this the next 3 stacks. A total of 3. So for the next 2.
Yes.
There we go. Yay! It's working so good.
Yeah, I think another thing that it's important here too, because some parts of the star you only have one line. So in your 2 drop, one bead is the turquoise and one bead is the black, right? Like right now you're doing, right?
Yeah.
It's important to know which one you're gonna pick first, so the black is in the right spot.
Oh yes, yeah. That's it's tricky, but it helps if you imagine the direction you're heading first when you think about it, because you're always coming up out of the stack that's before it. So like right here, I'm heading up, and so I'm making a turn, and I'm heading back down. So which bead do I hit first? It's going to be the top one. So I pick up that top one first, and then the next one.
Okay,
That's kind of how I think of it, as like coming over from top to bottom.
Right,
But it's definitely confusing sometimes. Well, until you get used to it, and then it's like kind of second nature, I feel like.
It's looking really good.
Thank you. Oh, my needle came off. So let's see. That was 1, 2, 3, 4. And so looking here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to do 2 more, and there's no stars in those rows. I'm going to call this one extra star.
And let's see, what else did we do with our mix for September? Besides the colors, we, per usual, I guess, we also mix the finishes of the beads.
Oh, yes. So pretty.
Yeah, I think it gives it some, I don't know, it just adds some more beauty to the mix. It's not all the beads are not just one finish. We really mix them up as much as possible.
And it just gives it such a beautiful effect too. Like the way that those frosted look when you look at the frosted next to the glowy, and then the color lined and the stars. It's so pretty. Yeah, and so I am done with all of those. And so now I'm at this row right here. So I'm gonna do A, and then C, B. So think of it as like you're coming out of this stack of 2. And so you're just gonna pick up the first 2. And then remember, we're headed this way now. So the next one is C, then B, and we'll go on to the second thread bridge. And I'm gonna start mine the way you do. With not, yeah, I want to see how that,
not double bridge.
Good. Yeah. And this is a star. So I'm gonna go with the B here. There's our second thread
Mhm.
bridge. Okay. And
Yep.
so from here, there's that little, they always kind of lay a little wonky.
Yes, yes.
So you just go back down through the first
Yep,
two,
through the two. Yep.
and then just
And
jump
then
right
up
up.
the other ones. Yep. That's it.
That totally works. Yeah. Well, there you go. So grabbing the thread bridge is just kind of optional. I don't know if you have to do that. And I don't know why I do it. Somebody, whoever taught me, must have taught me that. And I don't remember
And
where I
it
learned
works
it.
too. So either way, it works.
That's the kind of the weird thing about brick stitch, though, is like I can remember the actual tutorial or person who taught me almost every stitch or what book I was reading or whatever. For brick stitch, I can't remember. I don't know where I learned it first. Someone had to have taught me. I wonder.
Now we're gonna do part of the star, right? Yes.
Oh, I think. Do I have this right? I think I'm doing the moon here.
I mean the star, the moon. Yes, you're right. That's what I meant to say.
Double check it though,
The
because I
moon.
don't trust my
No, you're
brain.
right. Yeah, I was double checking. Yeah,
So that
you're
is
good.
this one. And so this
These
next one I
two.
need to do moon, moon, and then C, and then
Yes.
a C all the way. Yeah. So I'm thinking I'll finish this row and then let's check in with everybody. If you guys feel like you're good on this, that we could switch to fringe.
Yeah, let's see what they're saying. Let me take a look at the comments.
Got one more moon here.
Cindy does it the same way you do when she's starting her brick stitch row. Goes under the bridge twice.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And that's a good point though. She's saying that it may help with beads that are being stubborn. So like you're giving it a little more, you're reinforcing, I guess, somehow the position of the beads.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe it like makes them sit right on top of the former row, or I wonder if Cindy and I just learned from the same place. That's possible. I try to think of where. Well, what I'm trying to remember now is what was my first brick stitch earring design? I can't even remember that. It must have been a kit or something, or I don't know. And I've also learned it more than once. So, recently, I guess it's not recently anymore, but at one point I bought a bunch of patterns from a designer, and she had instructions for brick stitch in there.
Okay.
And I wasn't expecting to get instructions. I thought it was just going to be like the graph and stuff, but it had like the steps. And so I, for kicks and grins, just read through it and I'm like, hang on. And that's where I learned the one bead start, because I had originally only learned that you start with two beads. And I admired her work because her work always had really sharp edges. Or like you couldn't see any pokey uppies like that. And so that's where I started loving on that one bead start.
So that's
her thread. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. I need to try that. The one bead start, because I always start with two. That's how I learned it. Yeah, I'm gonna try the one bead.
I'm hooked on it now because it just makes it so much easier and faster. And I love thread and I love colors of thread. And so I don't mind seeing it. But in this case, I kind of prefer it being hidden. Because it would look pretty profound on the teal, I feel like. But I don't want to use like a dark teal thread would change the color of some of our transparent beads. And so I like that a lighter thread with this, for some reason, has a stronger appeal for me.
Yeah, but yeah, I agree.
That was super fast. 4 rows in about 12 minutes or so. It's not bad.
Yes. I think you're going to be able to finish the whole earring.
Marianne says, you said long-time beaters told you about it. Yeah, maybe I have forgotten this again. Oh, okay. Marianne says that I taught it at Christmas, New Year's earrings. That was the time you showed us this technique. Oh, yeah. Oh, so are you talking about the peyote rose start? Because that was a tip from a student. They asked me in class, "Hey, can I do this?" And I was like, "I don't know." And then I went and tried it, and I was like, "Hang on." And now my life will never be the same.
This is awesome.
Yeah, so that was actually a student that taught me that. But I think I want to, okay, if I want to say it was beadshop.com that taught me the start of brick stitch. I want to say we were doing a heart on a sleeve project. Um, Look that up, guys. You'll see how Emily Miller starts it. It's coming back to me now. That's probably where I got it. It was a cool pattern. It's like a really tall heart, and I think she was using 3, maybe even 4 stacks, and that's where it really maybe becomes important to anchor.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember now, but it's a good tutorial. So regardless, go check it out because it's really cool. So did you see anyone saying they were wanting to see another row, or maybe I should just go ahead and
Oh,
switch? I didn't see
I don't know.
anything.
Let's see. Guys, do you want to see, do you want Danielle to continue to stitch the moon? Or do you want to move to the fringe part of it?
And
Let's
I
see
can
what they.
always just keep going here while you're doing fringe so that I can switch back if someone wants to switch back.
Yeah.
So maybe
Either
we'll do
way
that.
works for me.
Let's do that. That sounds like a good idea. So I'm going to bring
Sure.
camera on here.
Okay, let me switch this to my mat. Let's see. Here.
Oh, hey, Angela. Oh, no. She said, sorry about that. Well, hey, we're only just getting started, so you didn't miss much.
Okay, let's see what I got here. So I have part of the earring completed. So the top part is completely done. And what I did is I just grabbed some of my 1G and put it through some of the beads just to make it, just to get the thread on the bead work, which actually I need to come out of here. So let me move this a little more. 1 second. I'm just weaving through the beads, that's all. I need to make sure that my thread is coming out of the corner of the earring. So just going through the beads. What am I gonna do here? Let's go up. Yeah, let's go up here. And then we'll go down on the side all the way to where it needs to be. So let's go here.
It's so pretty.
And we're just gonna continue to go down, right? Because I want my thread to come out of here. So let me see if I can just make that happen in one move. Let's see, hold on. Okay, maybe not. Okay, and all right, so now we are where we need to be, right here. Okay, so we can start with the French part now. Let me get some beads here.
It's cool that you showed the weaving in because that's a question that we get a lot too about how to start and add thread if you need to. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's easy. You just kind of weave through your beads to where you need to be. And this is where we're going to start our French. So there is really not a pattern that I did for the French part. I just started grabbing 10. I have 10 beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, 10 different colors, right? So I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And you just start doing your fringe. I'm just gonna go through the beads. I'm gonna leave the last one out. That's gonna be my stopper for my fringe. And I'm just gonna go through the beads and through the two beads that are my first row of my brick stitch. And you just pull through, just like this. Okay, so that's the first fringe. I don't know if you can
So pretty.
see it there. I think my beads in the back are kind of like making the camera go a bit crazy. So let me move them.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Cindy. She says this is a darling design. I'm loving it.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, so now let's go to the next column, right? The next fringe. So we're just gonna weave through the next two beads. And I like to give it a little tug here. But what I do after that, so this is not super stiff, I just kind of like move it a little bit, just a little wiggle, just like that, just so that it's loose and not stiff. And then we're gonna grab 10 more. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. And I like, as I'm just going through the beads, I like to kind of mix it up, making sure that I'm not grabbing two of the same. 7, 8, 9, and let me grab this 10. Okay, we're gonna go through them again. We're gonna leave the last bead out here and go through the rest. And I'm also gonna go through my two beads from the brick stitch. And we're just gonna pull. Okay, just like this. Now
So
we're gonna
cool.
move on to the next. And we're just gonna, repeat this exercise, I guess, for all of the fringe. And again, I like to give it a little tug there, so it's not so everything is in place. But after that, I just grab the fringe and I give it a little, I move them a little bit so they're loose. Yep. And then we move on to the next one.
I'm really grateful that you didn't do a fringe pattern. You just did the random because I can't count my fringe.
Yeah, I know.
I
Because
try.
you know what? I feel I actually thought about doing a French pattern, but it was gonna be just too much work for me to. I suffer so
Right?
much to do this part. That is for some people, it's probably like, oh, come on, this looks so easy. But for me, it was hard to make it happen. But I'm so glad that I pushed through. 2, 4,
Even a
5.
simple fringe pattern though, I make mistakes and then oh, I'm missing some questions here. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see. Okay, so I've got a question here about a tutorial for the bracelet design. Yeah, if you're talking about the one with the multi-strand flowy, that's going to be my Monday night technique one. And so what I thought I would do for that is I'll pop a video up and I'll also do a PDF, and it's going to be done in a way that it could work for lots of beads, because I feel like this is one we'll revisit. It's one of my favorite things to do, but it in general, just in summary, starts with like hey, herringbone bib, kind of just, a few rows of herringbone, and then you just string strands out of it and connect it with another herringbone section at the end. So I'll do a whole tutorial on that coming up.
I'm just moving along here.
And there's another question. This one's for you, Carol, because you're the one who will remember my brain.
Oh, okay.
How many colors are in the mix?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Now, I can look it up if you need me to. I do have the...
What do we have? I think I'm going to say we have...
It was a lot.
six or seven. I mean, we can count them right now, honestly. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8.
I almost said 8. I almost said that.
These 8 right here. This is the colors that we got.
And we hemmed and hawed over these, and these were the chosen colors, like we wanted.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see them there.
We were struggling for the perfect yellow. That seems to be our motto these days, struggling for the perfect yellow.
Yes.
It happens with Sage Fresh Mix. It's happening for November.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, I just gave away a November color. Oops. Sorry.
Oh my gosh, Danielle.
I know.
Don't tell you any secrets.
It wasn't even trying to be bad. It just happened. Wow. I've been really good though lately. So I try.
5, 6, hold on. Yeah. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm just moving along here with the fringe.
It looks great.
Same steps, just leave the last bead and go through the rest.
And Colleen says it wasn't her and Stacy this time. You guys are good. You guys are good. I was very well behaved on Sam's bead box.
That's
and you
good.
Guys, I'm dying to tell you what's in that box.
Didn't
Literally
give anything away.
Pinch myself, just make myself stop. It's so cool. I'm excited about it. And then, speaking of counting fringe, yeah, apologies in advance for one of the patterns you're going to get from me in the near future.
Oh,
but it's worth it. And dare I say it is worth it. It's coming up. And I didn't get as far on mine as I hoped. I'm only on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm only on the 6th row. I got a ways to go. So I might not be able to show the top, but maybe we can just talk to it. Because we've got about, Cindy says she's excited for Sam's bead box. Yeah, I know. Me too. Me too.
9, 10. Okay.
I love Colleen. Yes, definitely. Oh, thanks, Becky. Hey, you guys, check out Becky's YouTube channel. She's got cool stuff on there. I was watching your latest one the other night. It was really entertaining. I liked it. Well, hey, you know what? Beads are treasures. Zakaya says national treasure secret. Yeah, they are. There are treasures. All of us in the beading community.
Yeah, for sure. Who doesn't want to have beads, please? We all do.
Well, speaking of, should I show the giveaway?
Oh my gosh, yes, let's do that.
Yeah, okay, so let me go ahead and move, because I feel like maybe just before we go off your camera, can you hold up the top and just maybe talk to how you put the top on it?
Oh, yes, sure. So let me see if, is that good? Yeah, I think that's good. That's clear. Okay, perfect. Oh, it's going, my camera is moving back and forth, guys. Sorry about that. But what I did here, something very simple. I finished the top part of the brick stitch, and then I just went through the second row and the third row, and I came out of the third row right here, like counting from I guess, what is this? Right to left. 1, 2, 3. I came out of here. Let me see if I can go through it. And I just, oh no, it's really tight. Sorry, guys.
No, it's okay.
So I came out of the third row and I added 6 beads and I went in. I left one row untouched and then I went in through the following row. So I came out of the third row. I added 6 beads and went into the, what is the third, the fifth row. So I went down like this through here.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, and that's how it's illustrated on the. So if you guys look at the rows that are identified on the illustration, the good news is I got it right with what she did. So it's definitely it's there for you. And so you didn't use thread bridges, you like went through the beads. Because I wasn't sure if you did that. Sometimes I cheat and I use the thread bridge to turn.
Oh, yeah. No. I didn't use the thread bridge at all. I just went through the beads. And then what I did to reinforce was
You made a turn.
I just, I made a turn and went back through the 6 beads and just made a turn and kind of like just, I weaved up, through the pattern and lost my thread that way.
Oh, cool. Okay. And then you just popped the ear wire on and you got it.
Yeah. And then, hold on, here it is. And that's all.
That looks so good. And when you make all those passes, it makes it pop more. Because as you go through it over and over, I feel like it looks so good.
Thank you.
Yay. Yes. So I will go ahead and bring our cameras back up. And then what I was going to do is let me switch to this one really quick. And I'll show you guys the giveaway. So I've been playing with a new palette because I don't know if you guys are excited, but I was really into the Beetlejuice movie that when it came out. I liked scary movies when I was a kid, but it wasn't really that scary. I feel like it was kind of funny, right? I don't know if it's scary, if they're not, but so I made a Beetlejuice palette, and this was inspired by Lydia's wedding scene. You remember where he's like wearing the striped suit, but then it kind of switches to like a red suit. And in that scene, she's wearing like a hot pink wedding dress, and her hair, she has like black hair. So I thought this would look so cool as a palette. And this is not the final version of the pattern. This is just what I came up with playing the first time. But I wanted to make, you guys remember the snake that comes down? And it's like a snake with a snake in its mouth and it flies down and it stops the wedding or whatever. This was kind of like my first attempt at that. And so I'll release it as is, but I do think I'm going to do a version 2. I haven't started stitching yet, but I want to kind of link it, and I want to do something that kind of brings in more of the elements from that scene in the movie. But this is just what happened when I let myself play. But Carol and I were looking at it sideways and we're like, oh my God, it looks like a shell. So it's like the Beetlejuice snake shell pattern, which has to live on. So I will definitely put it on my website, but just know that I'm going to do probably a couple versions before it's like a final one. So I'm giving away a palette, and the pattern will be free for everybody, and all of the ones we do later also free. So that'll be up today. I'll just post it. But I would like to ask for your guys' help. If you have ideas for like, because when you do a pattern, there's like pixel art. It's like you're doing pixel art. You got to find the right combination of something you can actually do that looks like it when you put it into like something really low res pixels. Think of stuff like that would work. Like snakes is good. I tried to do the dress, but I couldn't fit the whole person unless I did like sideways. I was going to do the dress with the shoes and the hair, but it was, I would have to make like the widest cuff ever. But anyway, so this is the giveaway. And it is a palette of colors. These are size 10 Delica. And I'll probably throw in a little set of little findings with it so you can finish it the fun way that we do with the little drop peyote, because this is a 3-drop pattern. So with 3-drop, you can use the little stitch in. And the wheel is spinning. I love those stitch-ins. Those are so fun.
Me too. They're great.
Carol says, ooh, Delica. And Sandra sees the Zuni bear. Oh, and Leslie has a good idea here. The stair scene. Okay, the stair scene would be cool.
I have to watch that movie again.
The sculptures, the weird sculptures that like capture the people in the scene. That would be cool to do, but I would need a gray and a black because I feel like to make shadow and shape, I would need a black and a gray. But maybe we could add a gray to it. I think that'd be cool. And somebody was saying, oh, Kimberly is saying it's scheduled to be released last night. Yeah, I think it premiered last night. I will probably get to go. I will probably go next week, maybe. But so my oldest son wants to see it. He says he can handle it. My younger son's like, no way. He does not want to see it. Oh,
yeah, but I agree. I don't think it's that scary. It's more.
You think it's scary?
No, I don't think so. I mean, if I remember it correctly, it's been a long time since I watched that movie. I don't
Becky says shrimp hands. Yeah, that'd be cool too. There's so many cool visuals from that movie. And it's the colors. I also feel compelled to add a lime green. Like it needs a lime green. So that might appear as part of it as well. So I'm just, still playing. But we can play together. Yeah, congrats, Lori. So I think if I don't already have your address, just go ahead and send it to me. But I might have it in the shop somewhere. So I'll double check. But yeah, you can add like me on DMs or something and send it that way too. All right. So do we want to show one more time all the stuff we have coming up?
Sure.
You have something special to share. I want to just highlight your screen one more time.
Oh, you're talking about the earring, right?
This is like the grand finale here, guys. It's worth it that we're over the hour, but it's worth it.
I'm still working on my fringe.
You're still working on your ear.
Okay, so I came up with another design, and I have to say, for this mix, all of my designs have been earrings for some reason. I don't know if it's the colors that are in this mix that just call me to make earrings, but this is a new design that I came up with today.
Woo! I love the way you did the edging on that. Look at that. That is so cool.
Yeah, it's brick stitch on a, what size hoop is this, Danielle?
That's the big one, the 18, right? The 18 millimeter?
No, this is the smaller one.
Oh, that's a smaller one. Yeah, so there's two sizes in my shop, guys, and one's 15 millimeter, one's 18. And so you said that's the 15. But you know what? While I'm speaking, I realized it doesn't matter, like, because it would work either way, right?
Yes, it will work.
It would just be more, if that's like the smaller one, then a larger one would just have a bigger fan. It would be even more wow.
So
and yes. It could be a pendant.
It could be a pendant. It could be, and so look at the edge. This is what I really like about this. The edge of the earring is very round because what I did, let me see if I can highlight it on one of this. They're just little loops.
What's your count in the loops? So you skipped a bead and it looks like 5.
Yes, 5.
And so then you went back through the bead you skipped, strung 5.
Yes.
Went to the next bead.
Exactly.
And then after that, from there, it looks like you went back through the first one before it.
Mm-hmm.
So Lori's asking if we have a pattern for this one. Ooh. We don't yet. She just made it. Like Carol made that. Did you make it today?
I made it like I finished it an hour before our live.
Yeah, that's what happened with Fluffy Fringe too. Remember?
This is like super hot.
Yeah,
it just came out.
You know what I think happens, and this is what happens to me, is I get the mix and I feel the pressure to get something really wow, right? And so I'm like, face to the mat, going, coming up with stuff, and then I get something, I'm happy with it, I do the pattern, I release it, and then I relax, and then the ideas start.
Yes.
And then I'm like, oh no, because I already did.
I can. Yes, absolutely.
Lori says she's in all the creativity you have. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. This is really, I'm really happy with the way this one turned out. And I have another one. Let me just show you the first one that I made. Remember I said at the
Yeah.
beginning of our
Oh,
live
yes. Let
that
me make your screen.
I was trying to make this moon and I was struggling with it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I need a break. Let me just move on. So I moved on and I made this earring.
That's
Put this.
cool too. Yeah, I can see that's the 18 millimeter hoop for sure because you've got the inside filled in there.
Yes.
That is neat.
So this was the first creation because this was like my backup because this moon wasn't coming out the way I wanted it. So this was my backup. And it's using the bigger loop. It's like a dancing skirt. Yes, I love that. Yes, it is. That should be the name of it.
Yep, that should be.
Dancing skirt. Let's
Yeah.
do that.
Okay,
Oh my
that's what
gosh.
we'll name the pattern.
Yes. Thank you so much. So that's,
Aw.
here we go. Let me just put the 3.
Yeah. Oh, it's so pretty. Let me do that too. Let me put our screens together.
Oh,
And
thank
I'll
you,
show that.
Rosalinda. She loves our creations. That is so very
Thank
nice.
you. So here's the ones that I made so far. I did a bracelet, which this is going to be on Monday, my Monday night 4:00 video. And I'll do a little PDF for it for how to create this little multi-strand stunner here. And then I also have a pipe chain earring, which I thought was really fun. Like it came out really cool. I was excited about how it looks with the hematite. I think this is the hematite that's being used there.
Yeah, that is super cool. I really like how you put that together.
And I was looking
And the
at,
Saturn bead is
yeah,
perfect.
I was thinking what
Even
would be
more
perfect in
perfect.
space earring, but a Saturn bead. So we need that. We need more Saturn in our lives.
Yes. Can you show the top of the earring?
Oh yeah.
I want to see that.
It's
How did you do
actually
that?
soft flex. So it's black soft flex. These are Nilay's caps. He does the findings himself. So these are a special plating. And if you're looking for matching clasp, like you could do this as a bracelet, like we did back for the summer mix. I did the same kind of thing, but I had a matching clasp that was perfect with it. So you can get these on silversilkonline.com. And I will get you
And
the
this
exact
hematite
color, but
color goes perfect with
so
our
it's like,
mix.
it looks black right now, but if you see it next to the one that, because there is a true black and it looks a little bit lighter.
Okay.
I feel like this is either gray or hematite. And I see some questions about the caps. Yeah, these are, so you can find these on silversilkonline.com, but I think you don't even have to put a cap on it. I've seen, actually, Nilay has finished his work before without a cap. He just does the crimp. That's just a little crimp tube, see? I just did a hematite crimp, so it kind of hides itself. And you can even see the ends of my beading wire just a smidge. But what I like to do after I do this, he has a tutorial for how to do this part here. It was the fringe earring he did. We posted it in one of our other lives. He does this thing where he kind of like tucks the tail in. See if you can kind of see it right there. You can push it in so it sits nice and
That's
nice
cool.
and, it just pops in there like a little Lego brick.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So that was, I really enjoyed doing that. And then I used a peyote stitch method, which it sounds kind of awful, but it's called stitch in the ditch. And so how it works is you put your you can put a bead in peyote stitch. You can put a bead in between that sits above the other beads by jumping as if you're adding a new bead over the existing stitching. I did that with the loop on my Saturn.
Interesting.
And so if you need a visual on that, you can just Google that technique and people have done illustrations. You can actually see like how I did that, but I'll do my own when I get this one done. I'll show it to you guys. Yeah. So it's a one-year wonder, but pretty soon it will have a friend. And then when I got all these little Saturn beads out, Alex got excited, and now he has all my Saturn beads. So I need more Saturn beads. Somebody let Sam know to send me some.
They're just so pretty.
Yeah, they're so fun. I had a good time. Let me bring us back so we can. And we've had everybody here for like we've had everyone here for an hour and 10. We're going like long lives lately.
Oh my god.
We had on Jennifer. We went for like almost an hour and a half.
Wow.
So my lives are getting longer, guys.
Thank you so much for spending the time with us.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you. And Colleen, I appreciate you too. Thank you for being here to moderate for us and all these wonderful lives and everyone who's here today. And then gosh, so yeah, in my description, guys, for this video, I have put links. Go check out Carol's Maker Place. She has a Maker Place shop, which is really cool. A lot of her finished signs coming up on the holidays. You're gonna need gifts. So lots of inspiration. And her Instagram is there as well. If you don't already follow her, it's a treat. Her feed has so much inspo, like so many great stitches, and you're like the expert crocheter. Oh my gosh, so cool. Yeah. And so I'll be back here with you guys on Monday for a video, but I'll be there in the chat. And then the next thing I have coming up is next Saturday. We're going to do another Seed Bead Saturday. I also have customer appreciation coming up with Softflex on the 18th. And then, of course, that Friday, we open Sam's Bead Box. And also, there's another thing that I'm working on that's really cool. I actually finished it. So I always forget, once I finish work, I forget to mention it. It's like, you can tell what I have done. I don't bring it up. But I finished Juliana's project for September for Julum. And so it's cool. It's cool. And I just can't wait for you guys to see it. She's going to launch it here in the next week or two. I know that her shipments are going out at the end of next week. So I think you'll probably see it here anytime. I sent the pictures. I did the pattern. So it's there. I got to do the video still. I'll do it.
So great. It sounds like you've been very busy.
Yeah. It's been wild. But I'm having fun. I'm having a good time.
That's great. That's really good.
And now I'm going to be packing orders.
Right, exactly.
But if you guys bought a mix today, you're getting the first mix packed by my son, Patrick. He did these. He did all, and he did meteorites as well. So all of these mixes were done by him.
Putting him to work at such a young age.
I know, right?
That's the way to start.
I was joking on my last live. I have to resist the urge now, oh, hey, I want to stay home sick so you could help Mama with orders.
Yeah, right. Why not?
Yeah.
So just to wrap up, we have the pattern for the moon earring in your website, right? Mm-hmm. We're gonna come up with this one.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. The round, and do we want to do the dancing skirt?
Dancing skirt? We probably have to. I think we should. It might take us a little bit, but we'll get it done. Yeah.
Just stay tuned because Danielle, she is the master making all of these, PDFs. She is really amazing at this. So, but she's also busy with so many other things. So, but she will hopefully get to it.
I will. We'll definitely. You'll help me with them. So definitely, we'll get there. And they will use them for other mixes too. We have a lot of stuff coming up that I feel like we can start like for example, the Beetlejuice pattern, fluffy fringe. Can you see it? I can see it.
Absolutely. Yes. I think we should. I think we should do it because that green is going to really pop with the pink, and the black is going to be great.
I was looking for how to do a wedding dress. There it is right there.
I will make it.
Yes, so cool.
For sure. Oh my gosh. And you know what? Because that's the 10-0, right?
It was 10-0.
We could even do the diamond earrings that I made for our past mix. It will look so good with those, bold colors.
It's so good. That's so cool. And you gave me even another idea. Is I could do this in a diamond shape, and it would be like sneakers.
Right.
We got to do that. Okay.
Awesome. Okay. So good ideas.
It's coming.
It's coming. All of this is coming to you guys. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
But for now, you have our awesome September mix. You'll find it in Danielle's Etsy shop. So make sure to get yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Carol, for your wonderful
Yes, of
inspiration
course.
and designs. And thank you, everyone, for being here. We'll let you go on your Saturday. I hope you have a rest of your weekend creative and happy beading. All right,
Yes.
guys.
Thank you, guys. Bye. Take care. Have a nice
Take
weekend.
care. Bye.